So last night, I didn't really sleep much. See the good old bags under my eyes? They're usually there, but they're like a little bit more pronounced this morning because some weird shit happened that was just very unnecessary that I'm trying to wrap my brain around. So last night I was having a particularly rough night. To begin with, I was basically having a full-on mental breakdown. I was having a good old mental breakdown. And so I was out in my car for a drive. Like, I just didn't want to be in the house. And I haven't called a mental health phone help service for like 10 years or something, because the last time I had called Kids Help Phone, the lady immediately assumed I was prank calling, which I wasn't at all. And she literally scolded me. And it's just like, why? Like, there's just so many things in my life where I was trying to, there's so much invalidation of like, okay, all I said on that call was I thought I was bipolar or something. This was before I ended up in the psych ward and got a borderline personality diagnosis. And I just was like, hi, like, I don't know if I'm bipolar or something. Like, I was like in a total mental breakdown at that point and everything. And like, but I had just stopped crying, was just kind of numb. And then it just like makes you think, like, just when you're not taken seriously, like, so I said that's all I said. And the only thing I can think of that she thought I was prank calling was because I had not even a full nervous chuckle. It's just the way I talk and when I'm unsure and kind of embarrassed. And I was like, I don't know if I'm like bipolar or something, or like something like that. Like that. Not a laugh. Maybe it was like a subtle, it was like a nervous laughter thing. Anyways, this story's not even about that, but that was the last time I ever called for help to a line. Way too old for Kids Help Phone now, but I was in the depths of it pretty intensely last night, that I, for the first time in like 10 years, sought out a helpline of some sorts. I didn't want to do, I was not like full on unaliving mode. Like, I just wanted emotional support. And because, yeah. So there's actually this, it's newer, I guess. So it's in Canada, it's in BC. So there's this mental health support line that like a crisis line, but that's not the unaliving line. And it's just so stupid. Suicide line. Like, I hate the fucking censoring of the words so that YouTube doesn't immediately demonetize the video, but like, I'll dispute it and whatever. And if they fucking demonetize this, like, I'm over it. Why are we like, that's adding more shame and hiddenness, I feel, is that like, you can't even say that word. And it's like too sensitive and too much for people. Like, I get it's a sensitive topic and stuff, but just because you say the word doesn't necessarily mean your video is like very, very trigger warning, intense, whatever. Okay. Anyways. So I call this helpline, and really nice lady. Like, I was very fortunate. I had told her about the whole Kids Help Phone situation, that like the last time I called for help from a service was like, that sort of happens. Like, I don't normally do this and whatever. And just, anyways. So I was talking to her for quite a while. I'm trying to think like how long. Doesn't really matter. But I was like deep into the convo at this point. She was really nice and she was really helpful and sweet and like validating, and it helped me. It was what I needed. But anyway, so when I was talking to her, I had parked in a parking lot, like a vacant parking lot that like sometimes there's a few cars kind of here and there spaced out. It's like a really big parking lot, and the parking lot's not in a sketchy part of town, but I guess at this particular parking lot, I don't feel entirely safe. Like if it's like, okay, if something weird were to happen, it could happen at this parking lot, but if I go to like a different area of town, it's just would be really, really weird for it to happen there in some sort of residential area of a specific neighborhood or something like that. But like this parking lot that I go to often, it's closer to my house, and it's just like, I prefer it because it's closer. I don't have to drive far and that. And like, I have just like already, I'm a hypervigilant person. I got hyperactive nervous system and all that stuff. So it's like, I'm already just more on the paranoid side, and it's kind of hard to gauge, like, is this just me being extra precautious, or is this actually an unsafe thing to do? Like, I just I didn't expect something like this to actually happen at all. But in the past, when I would park in this parking lot, like I would get a bit uncomfy if there was a car that pulled in and say it were to pull in near me. Or I remember just being there and like looking around, and it was like, oh, there's like a car back there with some people or some guys, and just kind of like keeping an eye on them. I think I did leave. I think that time, I felt too uncomfortable that I kind of left. But when I got to this parking lot, no one was around me. It was pretty empty. And so I was in my car. The car was turned off at this point. And so I was like deep in conversation and already so distressed, nervous system entirely, just like fraught and just crisis, just when you're in it and you feel trapped in a situation, and like, how do you get out? And it's the hopelessness, and it's just like guttural. I was having like primal screams, guttural, primal noises that I was making before I ended up making this call, that I was letting out of my body. That is just like the pain, the emotional pain that I've been feeling that was let out. And so I'm deep in convo, and then all of a sudden, I don't really know what's happening. It's just extremely bright all of a sudden. And so I look over, and there's a fucking truck right up to my fucking, like, it's what felt like as close as you, it's just like, I just like, what the fuck was like, yeah, just like a truck that had purposely, so my car's here and there was another truck on the other side. Like, they literally sandwiched me in. The mic is me. I'll probably do a diagram or something, but like the two trucks, so I'm just blinded out by their headlights, and I'm on the phone though, and I'm like, oh my God, there's like a freaking truck right here. Like, oh my God, they got me sandwiched. Like, what is happening? I was kind of freaking out. And then she was, just helping me through that. I was on the phone, and then I remember thinking, I did have a thought, like, what if I get graped or something? Because it was just like, why is this happening? And it was, I don't know if I just knew it was like men in trucks. I don't think I like saw anyone at that point in time. It's like a big fucking manly, like, I can't, oh my God, I already have this like thing about guys in trucks. I don't know. I have this video on my channel called Car Guys, and like, I feel like the guys in the trucks, not all guys in trucks, but it's like when you're on the road, there's just like these car guys, specific guys who drive trucks who are just more obnoxious and stuff like that. And I don't have like a ton of experience with them, but I just like get a vibe just driving on the road with them. One guy one time was just like, I was taking too long, I guess. And he literally like I was coming out of a pullout of like a parking lot thing. And he literally pulled completely around. Like I was about to turn out into the traffic, but I was waiting until it was safe. And I am a little bit more cautious, and fucking car guy, he might've been an SUV, this one, but, and he was just bopping his fucking head. Like he was aggressive, angry that I was taking too long, and he like whipped his fucking car around right in front of me onto the friggin' in front of the road and pull, like completely budged around me. It just, I don't know, just because he couldn't wait like 2 more seconds. It just, that vibe, right? But it was just a situation with the friggin' truck sandwiching me was spooky, because I was so deep in the convo that like usually I would be a little bit more of my surroundings, or if people kind of show up or something, and like all of us fucking out of nowhere, right? It's just like, where do these people come? And then there's no time to prevent that and get away. Like there's nothing, and I'm just there. And then the scariest part is I can't find my fucking keys. I'm like, oh my God, they're just like, and then I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of there. And like, what's going to happen? Like, are they going to break into my car, kidnap me, do bad things? Or like, why would they do that? Like, it's like, at that moment, it's just like, I need to get out here. I don't know. I'm just like, shit, oh my God, I can't find my keys. I'm still on the phone with the girl. And I did think too, I was like thinking, I felt a little bit like my life.
I was thinking my life wasn't that in danger at this point,
because I was on the phone, and I feel like they were so close. Like I just felt them watching me through the window, and it was so bright in my car that it's like, I just feel like I'm being watched by them and exactly what I'm doing, everything. And I'm like on the phone. Clearly that I felt like, okay, they probably won't do anything because I'm like on the phone with someone, witness or whatever. So I still can't find my keys. And then I guess I end up leaving, still hadn't found my keys. I found my keys. I was like sitting on them, but I'm like in a frantic, and then I'm like, it's like harder to find them because I'm fearing for what the fuck's gonna happen to me. And so they leave, and then I do find my keys. And honestly, this was probably good, because I was thinking if I had found my keys and then my instinct was try to leave right away, like that could have gone really bad, because they could have done more weird shit. Like and I think like, I don't fully even know where they were positioned. Like they might have been more on a diagonal blocking me in, but I think they were like exactly more perpendicular. At least like the one truck was to the right of me. And then there was another truck to the left of me, and that one could have been more angled. I don't really remember, but they totally could have also then like blocked me trying to reverse. And then if they knew, oh, is she scared and she's trying to leave, and like now we're gonna fuck with her even more. Like it was kind of good the way it happened, I think, of like just staying in my car and just staying like looking for my keys, and like said something to sort of do. Like I just couldn't leave. And so then, yeah, luckily they then were gone, and they went, and I swear at this point there was like 3 trucks and then some guys standing outside the trucks. And so they were like not super close to me, but like a little bit back, further down, like in the parking lot. They'd pulled back and were fucking chilling there, and I had to like get out of there. And I don't know, was it they were doing some criminal stuff? Were they selling drugs? And I was a witness. They just was trying to like be like, you can't be here, you don't belong here, get the fuck out of here, leave. Or like, I'd like, why? And I just remember saying to the very nice, sweet mental health support crisis line worker on the phone, I remember saying, I was just like, why do these things happen when I'm like already not well. And I was like, oh my God, that like shocked my nervous system. And like, yeah, it did. I was just already fried. And I'm an overthinker. Yeah, I think a lot. I try to ask ChatGPT, like, what the fuck is that called? Is there a thing? Like, is this a thing that people do sometimes? And is there a reason for, is it just for intimidation purposes? I have a hard time not knowing why and wanting to know, like, why. So I was trying to ask ChatGPT, is there a specific term for this behavior? Like, you're in a parking lot, just chilling in your car, and like, people come up right in front of your fucking car to just, yeah, they just intimidate. Like, what is this thing called? Because I want to find people on somewhere, Reddit, anywhere where like they've had this same experience, and at least just they're talking about it, and that they have some explanation, or that like, oh yeah, they do this because, you know, of this reason. Oh, they're just, but who fucking knows? And just disgusting. Like, I don't know. I feel like the city I live in, I feel like I don't think of stuff like that happening. Like the sort of sketchy things, or where you might feel uncomfortable, until this kind of moment, I have only experienced, like, the vibe seems to be more people who are homeless that might like come up and approach you. Like, I was approached in a car one time, like someone knocked on my window. It was a good movie to me. It was a good movie. It's not my preferred genre, but I felt like it was, I don't know what the, oh my God. Okay, someone's like, can you not please stand at my car? Oh my God. Oh my God. I just freaked out. Okay, can he not come to the other side? Okay. Oh my God. I think he was maybe just asking for money or change or something. But it's like, this is weird. This is like 1950s, you know, those movies of when the girls have this experience like this or something. And then like, that's how they meet the love interest, because there was like a good guy, maybe even in the group, who was like, guys, don't do this to her. Like, stop. Like, oh, you're being dickwads, or I don't know. Or just like a guy that witnesses it and then saves her and like steps in and is like, whoa, back the fuck off or something. Like, this just, it's just, yeah, it's like something that my brain anticipates something maybe weird happening that like never happens. I don't think actually is going to happen. It's just like my extra little anxiety. And it's just annoying. It's just, it can be annoying being a female, just like another time I was trying to get out of the house, right? And at night, and like, there's just these times where I just can't sleep, or I'm like getting so triggered, just trying to sleep. And I like to go for a drive and listen to music. And if I just keep driving and I keep going on the road, then I'm usually fine. But then it's like, what if my car fucking broke down and I'm like stuck? Not that this is gonna be like in the middle of nowhere out of town, but still, just like, say I'm like alone in a car that's stopped and not moving. If it's in a certain neighborhood, it seems fine. Like, I just, you know, I'm just on guard. It's like, oh, I can't go here. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do this thing by myself. Oh, I can't go, if I have to go take a fucking piss, like, I don't want to go to 7-Eleven alone at night. Even just like the front entrance might have creepy men and they see me alone. Like, I'm over it, because I want to be independent in a certain way of accessing spaces. And I can just be more, I'm an early person. I'm an early bird in a way that like I really struggle to sleep in, but often a lot of creative stuff comes to me in the middle of the night, or like I work through my thoughts, and I like to go for those drives. I like to get out of the house and like be, yeah, in my car, just chilling. One time that I got startled, kind of opposite situation. It was a cop that was like banging on my window and flashed a fucking flashlight in my face. He was just making sure I wasn't drinking or selling drugs or anything, but like, he wasn't gonna hurt me. He was a police officer. He was a cop. But now I've had sort of the flip side of, okay, were they just trying to scare me and like nothing would even ever happen? But then it's like, guess I can't do that. Guess I can't chill ever in that parking lot. This was not a good time. Obviously, it was like almost 2 a.m, so it wasn't the best time. Yeah, it was like the middle of the night. But I am going to be checking the comments of this video because I want to know if anyone else has had a similar experience. And it's just unnecessary fuckery. And I just thought 2025, this wouldn't be a thing. But I guess weirdo, sketchy truck guy people are going out in groups with their trucks and just like scaring the women. Oh, we're so cool. Like, fuck you guys.